Hi, it's Jill from Jilly Bean Studio. I hope you can come along today for some finishing up in a composition notebook junk journal, some getting started for junk journal January, and can grab a cup of whatever you enjoy and can journal a bit too. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I'm glad you're here. So today it is kind of the home stretch for finishing up in this mini composition notebook junk journal. I've really been enjoying this in the month of December. And then a little bit later in the video, I am psyched. It is junk journal January time. So I'm gonna prep a composition notebook in a slightly different way today. And yeah, get started with that. So looks very different this year. There's a whole big collab and I'm really excited about what that might be. So this little one has been a cute journal, a half-size journal to work in, and gonna finish up some pages. I do have some more journaling to do, documenting all of that. But before I jump in, I just wanted to share with you, look at this sweet Christmas gift. So this washi tape dispenser was one of my Christmas gifts from my daughter. I think it just came as the dispenser and she bought the washi tapes to go with it, but isn't that cute? So I'll link the Etsy shop she got that from in the description box below. And so here we go. I used this mini comp book as a December daily, and I also used Elizabeth's prompts from Never Hopeless to kind of go along the way with some Christmas memories. I really enjoyed that along the way for writing prompts. So I used mostly little Christmas gift tags and cards here and there for little journaling spots. So yeah, this has been a little cutie pie to work in. Normally, if you're not familiar with my channel, I've been working lately in the fall in a full-size composition notebook junk journal, and I usually do a few months at a time. So this was a little bit different for me. And again, I think actually junk journal January is going to be a little different too. So chat more about that in a little bit. So I hope your journaling's going well. Please let me know what's going on with you, what you're enjoying, maybe what plans you have for January. I would love to hear that too. So yeah, I do have a bit of writing to do. These are sort of the last week of pages, popping in all the fun bits and pieces. On, let me see, let me go back to some of Elizabeth's prompts. Let's see, on the 21st, she actually had a fun one, a Christmas poem, and I kind of did on that little strip on the tuck spot, like a found poetry sort of thingy. And let's see, on the 22nd, she had most interesting present. Here we go, let me grab the prompts. Easier that way, right? Yeah, so I didn't always do the prompts like most of us, right? We just decide which ones work best. But thanks to Elizabeth, thank you, because they really were fun. And again, because I didn't do, well, I've never really done a December daily in this way. It was a lot of interesting ideas that some I've never thought of, and it was a really good way to add writing to my journal. This on the right-hand side for the 24th, that was our big day. That was our big family celebration. Not everybody could be here on Christmas, but most peeps could be here on Christmas Eve day. So a lot of that was some of my like menu list and to-do thingies. And I'm showing you again that beautiful washi tape because I'm starting now to use it in some of these pages. All right, and then here's my Christmas spread. Now, on this one, I decided to do a double page spread. So later I had to add a tip in to kind of equal out the pages. I'll show you that a little bit later. And look at, again, another sweet Christmas gift. I love it. When not all family understands junk journaling, you may experience that too, but they know some of the goodies that we like, and I really appreciated that. Yeah, so we had a fun, good time, cozy up kind of Christmas. The weather actually was pretty cooperative on the weekend, but it was sort of nasty on the front. Like on Friday, it really was very, very cold. We didn't get snow or anything, but it started to settle down on the weekend. But the actual travel part of it was, oh gosh, for many people was not very fun. So I'm showing the 26th. We went to a bookstore. We traveled to Massachusetts on the left, and then just some of the little journaling spots that I've set up to finish up. So here we are on the 28th. I added a little coffee dyed envelope, and I'm just looking for, actually that might work, little bits and pieces to journal on and catch up with a little bit of documenting. I love that was part of a Christmas card, that snowman. Yeah, so mostly I think at this stage in the game, I am on the home stretch. I'm just going to finish writing. I don't think there's going to be too much more decorating. So here was something fun I came across in the Dollar Tree. This elastic band material, I guess you call it, elastic band stuff to make a journal closure. So I found that. I was very surprised. I've never seen that on the Dollar Tree. And oops, what did I do here? Oh my goodness, friends. All right, well, I stapled it on. Okay. Real life Jill. I stapled it to 2 pages. Okay, well, don't do that. I stapled it on with 4 staples. I'll have to fix that. It's okay. It's a junk journal. And yeah, I just used my big stapler, stapled it on. Meant to just do the back cover clearly. So I'll just cover that up. But I thought that was a very good solution to this chunky monkey of a journal, because if you journal like this, you know they can bulk up, and I am not shy about adding layers and putting paper in. So, and then I stuck a little bit of washi tape over the staples on the back. Okay, fix that up. All is well. So yeah, nice surprise from the Dollar Tree and a sweet little closure. So moving on, I am very excited for Junk Journal January. I will leave all the information in the description box below, but Junk Journal January is hosted by Meg at Meg Journals, and it looks like this year, which is I think year 5, if I have that correctly, it's a huge collab. So all these other junk journalers are going to be having videos all month. I think that is going to be pretty amazing. So what I'm showing you here are some pages. This is sort of my process. I love to gather pages that inspire me, and I just love the prints and I just think are pretty. So I have scrapbook paper. Look at this one. I love that. That's from one of the winter packs at Michael's. Coffee dyed paper, bits and pieces, book pages, junk mail, and ooh, there we go. Sorry about that. I wanted to go grab my composition notebook from the fall just to show you, if you're not familiar with it, kind of the difference of the direction I'm going. So this is the one I used all fall for September, October, and November. Really enjoyed it, had a blast in it. And then I moved, of course, to the December Daily, the little guy, the half-size mini composition notebook. And again, it was a lot of fun, but I like to mix things up, try new things. So this is just a slightly different twist on the composition notebook junk journal. So for January, I think I am going to stick with the composition notebook, And I'm showing you how the spine, I love how it just kind of rolls, so to speak. It bulks up naturally as you add to it. But this time, I think I'm gonna alter it. Yeah, and I'm showing you the same thing here. Did that, it bulks up very nicely. Get that nice arch or curve. And I think that's one of the joys of working in a composition notebook junk journal. But I'm going to do something slightly different. It's not a new idea. Lots of other journalers have done it this way too. And for January, I am going to take out the pages, and this time I'm going to sew in a signature of a bunch of different papers. So what I'm doing right now is taking out, just with a sharp scissor, I'm sure you could use an X-Acto knife or something like that, but a sharp scissor works pretty well. And I'm just cutting through the stitching. And what I'm going to do is take some of the papers and put them back in. So I think I'm going to dye them, or Elizabeth, again, at Never Hopeless, does this food coloring with her in the past with some of her notebook pages. So I may give that a whirl. Thank you, Elizabeth. Clearly, I've been very inspired by you, and I appreciate you and your channel. And yeah, so I'm going to put some of these pages back, and the majority of them I probably will use for like painty pages, mop-up pages later. They're even great for grocery lists, whatever you want to use them for. And then I'm going to add other pages this time. So a little bit different twist on the junk journal. I also think I wasn't sure if I was going to do January and February, but I think, I don't know, we'll see what happens. But I think I am going to keep it just to January and do my regular creative journaling, my documenting the everyday life sort of stuff, with the junk journal January prompts. So my brain is kind of twirling right now, and I'm thinking maybe on the left-hand side of a spread each day, I would do the prompts, and on the right-hand side, I would do like my regular everyday life journaling. So we'll see. And if you have ideas for your January journaling or for Junk Journal January, I would love to know. Or just chat what's happening in your journal life. I think part of this for me is the December daily worked out kind of well in a smaller size. So I'm thinking if I alter this to a smaller size, since I am generally not a daily journaler, that might work well too. So I'm fiddling now with the idea of doing a 6x8 size. And so that's what I'm measuring right now. Gonna cut a little bit, trim off the bottom. And I found that these covers are actually pretty thin. So you could use a trimmer, but yeah, the scissors worked just fine. So I'm going to make this a little smaller. Again, I'm not going to be too picky about the measuring. I think 6x8-ish. Yeah, so anyways, I usually like to work in a couple journals at a time. I've had like a mini collage book going. I have this art prompt journal thingy that I'm not quite sure what to do, but I'm thinking of adding some like prompts that I want to do, not necessarily when they're happening, because there's just so many good prompts out there, but like an anytime art prompt journal. I don't know. I'm toying with that idea, but I actually have started to put that together. I think I showed it a few weeks ago. It's a ring binder journal. Yeah, so I just want to leave the door open to other projects because I do like to work in multiple journals, and at the same time, I don't want to have too many journals going that I'm too much all over the place. You get, yeah, what I'm saying? So this is the plan. This is the current plan. Again, I would love to hear what your plans are, what works well for you. I'm always open to ideas, and that's one thing I so enjoy about this journaling community is, you know, everybody does their own thing, of course, but also everybody shares, and you start watching some videos and you go down the rabbit hole of like all these good ideas, and yeah, you just pick out the ones that work for you. But I also get very inspired by others, and then I'm a journaler that I'm not afraid, I guess is the word. I'm happy to change it up. If something doesn't work, I'm ready to try the next thing. So, because it's junk journaling, right? It's just it's an open book. Okay, I don't know. Waxing on here, Jill. So here's my thoughts for the possible cover for Junk Journal January. I saw this video. It's actually a couple years old, and I'll link it below, from Ruby and Pearl XO. And it was such a sweet cover. I'm going to do my take on it, but she did a no-sew style journal, and she used blue jeans and kind of this blue and white and lacy color palette, and it was so sweet. So I'm thinking I might do that for my cover. The only sewing I think I'm really going to do so far on this journal is hand sew, hand bind in the pages with like a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. But what I thought I would do, since I'm going to be mostly gluing down these fabric pieces, is put a little gesso down. I find that if you add gesso to the composition notebook covers, which are kind of, I don't know, they have like a slick surface, like a sheen to them, that everything sticks a lot better. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. I think it's going to be a really fun way to journal. Oh my goodness, January 2023. And I love this piece. Look at that. How does something start? I like that for the start of the year, that book page. So I hope we can journal together more in 2023. I really look forward to that. Excited about Junk Journal January, and excited to hear more about what you are doing in your journaling life as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you watching.